Hi everyone. Say hi, Athena. Hey. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a video that's been related to pregnancy or postpartum or motherhood. I've been a little bit busy, obviously navigating life as a new mom. My little girl, Athena, is 3 months now, and she's getting so strong. Look at these arms. But today I just want to jump on here and do a 3-month postpartum body update. A lot goes on in your body from pregnancy to postpartum. Oh my gosh, it is insane, really. So where do I even start? So as you know, like, being pregnant, it takes a huge toll on your body, stretches all the way out, and I was huge. My journey with postpartum and my body recovery has been pretty good as far as what I was expecting, I guess. There has been some unexpected changes. There's been some changes that have been expected. I had an emergency C-section. That's something that I really didn't want, just because I was an elite athlete and I wanted to come back to sport, and I knew that cutting all those layers down was going to be problematic when it came back to getting my strength back, and how quickly. But in terms of that, my ab strength has really recovered quite well. I was very, very surprised. I didn't have the separating of the abs, the diaceres recti. I didn't have that, and my ab strength is nowhere near what it was, but I'm able to be back diving now, so that's really exciting. And I'm just working on my ab strength every day, doing those transverse abdominal strengthening exercises. I went and saw a physio, a sports physio, just to make sure that I wasn't doing any damage, because I am one to push the envelope. Oh, excuse you, Missy. But yeah, I didn't wait the whole, I think it's 7 weeks you're meant to wait with a C-section before exercising, and I am not advocating this because I know it was naughty of me, but I just love exercising so much, and I did push it a little earlier. I think I was around 4 or 5 weeks when I tried to start doing stuff. Probably not the best, could have waited a little bit, but I really did ease into it, and I did listen to my body. I'm very in tune with what's too much, so I didn't really go hardcore into exercising that early on. I really waited until around 7 weeks to kind of do more intense stuff. I love lifting weights, so that's an area that I asked the sports physio, because I was very unsure on how much to lift, and was I going to do long-term damage and stuff like that. But when I think about just postpartum, I couldn't walk. I literally could not get out of bed to go to the bathroom. And when I did, I had to be assisted, and I would shuffle like tiny little steps. I was in so much pain. And it's crazy to think, like, now I'm doing flips off a diving board. Just 3 months later. Like, it is so incredible what the body can do. I really can't believe it. And she wants to stand. As far as my other body changes, my stomach has gone down a lot now as well, and I've been on and off exercising because I went on holiday. I really just wanted to enjoy being a mum, and also enjoy just eating whatever I want, because I had so much morning sickness in pregnancy. I was like, thank God my appetite is back, like I just want to eat. So I definitely indulged in all the foods I liked, a couple glasses of wine. That was so nice. So the weight loss that I've lost, I think a lot has just been my own body kind of navigating back to normal, whatever that normal is for me now. I've lost about, I think, around 25 kgs, or 20 kgs or so. around that much. I have a little bit more to lose in terms of if I'm comparing it. Hey, it's okay, baby girl. If I'm comparing it to my pre-pregnancy weight, but I'm not really aiming for that anyway, but just as a measure. Yeah, I have about 2 kgs left to go. I'm about 60 kgs now, and I was around 58 kgs, but I fluctuate anyway, anywhere between 58 to 60 kgs before pregnancy. In saying that, my body is very different than it was. For one, I have a lot bigger boobs from breastfeeding, and that in itself has been a crazy journey. I decided to stop like exclusively like breastfeeding like on the breast, but I pump exclusively now with my Medela electric breast pump, and I feed that to her through the bottle. So I'm pumping every 3 hours or so, just to make sure my milk supply is good. Hold on a second. Hi darling, what's wrong? What's wrong? Huh? What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, I've given her to dad just for a second, just to finish this vlog. Where was I talking about? Breastfeeding. So yes, I've switched to just pumping. It works well for me. I've kind of had a bit of a weird journey with breastfeeding and pumping and all of that. I really didn't enjoy it, and people were telling me to keep holding on, it's going to be worth it, etc, etc. But I just wasn't feeling it, and I'm glad I made that decision. But even pumping has been really difficult for me. I went to the lactation consultant and I kind of explained what I was feeling, and she said that I have this condition, or I may have this condition called DMER, which is, it's this very rare condition that some mums get where in the letdown phase of breastfeeding, so you pump, it stimulates, and then there's a letdown phase where the milk starts to come out. During that portion, some women feel really, really anxious and depressed, like a really big influx of emotion, negative emotions, and it has to do with, I think it's dopamine levels dropping significantly, and lactin being produced. Honestly, don't quote me on that because I don't know all the science behind it. I haven't really researched enough, because I really kind of just found out that that's what was going on. But during that phase, yeah, I just feel really awful, like terrible. And I was wondering, I thought maybe it was just sleep deprivation. I just thought maybe this is part of it. Maybe I just need to get over this hurdle. But no, it definitely wasn't like normal. So I'm glad that I found out that information, so I feel like less worried about it. But it has nothing to do with postpartum depression. It's more of a thing on its own. So I still do feel that, but it's starting to get a little bit better. And it's only for like a few minutes, and as soon as I'm finished pumping, it goes away. So that's another hurdle that I've had to face in these 3 months, but getting there, navigating the new normal. And also around the 3 months, your breasts kind of start to soften, so they're not filling crazy with milk and getting all hard. They just kind of fill up, and they leak less now, which is nice. Getting more into a regular, what does my baby need, and stuff like that. So now my body's kind of getting in sync with her, and that's going well. Like, I'm really happy I'm able to, you know, provide milk for her. That's something that I've always really wanted to do, and this allows me to do that, so it's been really cool. Postpartum's really hard on the breasts, honestly. Like, your nipples are sore. Well, mine were sore way more than I think the regular person. They're still sore, honestly. They still don't feel great. They sometimes get bruised from the pump, blistered. That's not really meant to happen, but as you're navigating what's like working and what's not, that's definitely happened. Leaking all the time is not cool. Gotta wear these breast pads, all part of it, but it's just some of the challenges that mums go through. A tiny portion of the challenges. My scar has been good. I've been massaging the scar tissue below. It's still very vibrant. I'm very bad with putting the scar cream on, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is kind of the least of my concerns, is getting rid of the scar. It's just not even on my mind, so I haven't really been putting any scar cream or anything on it, but it doesn't bother me. As for my mental health regarding pregnancy and postpartum and body changes, it's really tough. It's really tough. You know, on top of the sleep deprivation, it's definitely one of the tougher things that I've had to face in life. Luckily, it has its rewards. Obviously, the best thing ever is just being with my baby. I really love being a mum, so all those challenges are kind of like outweighed, you know. But they don't diminish the challenge itself. It is tough. The sleep deprivation is huge. My mood just like kind of goes like this. It started to level out now. But yeah, in the beginning it was more all over the place, like navigating how much I'm meant to eat. I get really cranky if I'm hungry, and I'm hungry a lot because I'm supplying my breast milk. But it's starting to even out. I'm starting to realize, you know, how much is demanded of me, and kind of navigating through that. It's not so much a shock anymore. And saying that, Athena's growing all the time and she's going through changes. Right now, I think she's going through a little growth spurt. She's crying a lot more, waking up more frequently in the night. Just when you think that you've got a little bit of time, and she starts settling, she starts waking up again. But I'm sure, you know, all mums can relate to that. I was quite sad in the beginning. But again, I've started to feel more at peace with my role as mum. A lot of the time in the beginning I would feel inadequate, or I didn't know what I was doing. But now I've started to feel good, and I feel like a great mum, and I feel like I have like this connection with Athena where like I just know what's wrong, which is really cool. And it's a really cool feeling, you know, when she's like crying and you pick her up and she just wants you. She just wants to be close to you, and she stops crying, and it's just so cute. Right now she's starting to giggle and laugh, and that is just, honestly, just melts my heart. Like, that is my favorite thing, especially when she wakes up in the morning. She's all rested. She loves to smile and laugh, and she's been so talkative, just like cooing like crazy lately. Just speaking and yelling and humming, trying to get her to say mama, but no luck yet. I still have this back rash on my back. Honestly, don't know what it is, but when I go back to America, which is a week today, I'm going to go to the dermatologist and figure it out, because I've had this like weird discoloration on my back since pregnancy and it hasn't gone away. My skin problems on my face and everything have. Like, honestly, my skin has never felt better. I don't know if it's like the prenatal vitamins I'm still taking or just my hormones regulating, but my face is feeling really good, like my face skin. But yeah, my back skin is just not cool. Not feeling that. But yeah, overall, I would say I really love my body. That's not something that I ever thought that I would find in this part of postpartum. I've really found that I am loving my new body. I'm loving all the curves and all the differences from my old body. I don't, like, some parts of course I miss, but a lot of the time I find myself looking in the mirror and just appreciating how much my body has gone through to keep me alive, birth this baby, grow this baby, etc. And that motivates me more in the gym, because it makes me realize what my body's really capable of. And it's a really cool headspace to be in. It shows how much I've grown in like my self-love, because I struggled a lot with like disordered eating and binging and purging and all of that kind of stuff, and that wasn't fun, and I just don't feel any need for that now, which is very surprising, because these are the biggest changes that I've ever gone through in my body. I have stretch marks on my boobs, you know, loose skin around my stomachs. Things aren't perfect, and they never will be, but I'm learning to love it, and I love myself, which is so cool, and it's just something that I really want to keep going, keep nurturing my body, keep, you know, loving the changes that it's happening. I'm trying to take one step at a time, not try to be something that I'm not. Just really focusing on feeling good, which works from fueling my body right, and regular exercise, which I love, and trying to get sleep when I can. I find going back to diving has really helped my mental space too. It's just a place where I can go, you know, for a couple hours a day and just train and do something that I love, that I used to love before pregnancy and that I still love very much now. I have a big appreciation for the sport now, different than I did before. And I definitely suggest, if you're a mum, to try to do something for yourself that you loved before pregnancy. Just something for you that you can just step away for a second. Like, it doesn't have to be a sport or working out. It could just be as little as reading a book that you like, or reading a novel, or journaling, or something like that. Just something to make you feel a little more yourself, because there are so many changes going on in this period. I really don't even think I hit them all in this video, but I don't have that much time to film these right now, so I just kind of fired off the ones that are on the top of my head, and I will probably catch up with you guys in 6 months, probably with some more changes, and I'll be in America this time, which is sad but exciting. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Please be kind in the comments. These are my changes, this is my journey. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I will love to reply to them, and get back to you as best as I can.